Good evening, viewers, and welcome to The Other Side of the Mountain, where we will examine the road to success. How many times have we attempted to do something, and for some reason we stop? For some reason, we go to the left instead of the right. The Other Side of the Mountain will examine that road of success. My name is Ted Lewis, and I'm your host for tonight. And with me tonight, I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming Maria Lopes, who is also a wife, a business manager to a musician, as well as an administrator. Welcome, Maria Lopes.
Thank you.
Could you tell us briefly a little bit about yourself, please?
Oh boy, there's much to tell. I am from a small nation called the Cape Verdean Islands on the west coast of Africa. I am most of the time residing in the United States, not so much so now. At this point, because there's been so many changes in careers over the years, at this point I'm just in the entertainment business. I should say that, but then I'll add another. I still continue to do my linguistic works at the same time.
During the course of your life and your experience, particularly working as a manager to a musician, has there ever been any plateaus that you have reached or a pinnacle of success that you didn't think you were going to get there or achieve? Well,
first of all, I had not ever in my life thought of being in the music business. I sort of came into it by osmosis. I have always been a music lover, having grown up with music around the house and having musicians around me all the time. So I had a love for music. I was always going to concerts or watching new groups playing and all these other things. So I had met my life partner quite a while back and enjoyed his music and all of that wonderful stuff. But it wasn't until about 5 years ago when he said, you know, I'm being screwed over by the people that are dealing with me in my business. If we're going to share our life together, you need to get involved in the music business. And the first question from me was, how in the world am I going to deal with you, manage your career, deal with the venues, promoting your performances and all that stuff, when the only thing I know about music is putting it on the CD player and playing it, you know? And he said, well, like you deal with anything else in your life, you always figure out a way to do things, and so you just have to go and learn, figure out what to do. And basically, there was a whole lot of doubt to deal with someone and controlling a part of their lives that is major. So I had to go back to school, pretty much. I had to go learn from scratch how to contact people. You have to understand this is a totally new area to me. I don't have a challenge in speaking to people, but speaking to people in the entertainment business has a very specific attitude, if you will. And so I had to go learn how to do that. I had to take rejections, I had to turn down things, and you have to be aware that people are always going to look for a way to take advantage of you. And being a novice in dealing in the music business makes it even more difficult. But I am of the mind that whatever it is that you are going to aim at doing, you're going to have to go to a learning curve. And so you won't forever be new at it. But you have to be persistent and determined that what you're aiming at, you're going to do it, and you're going to do it well. And so for the last 5 years, I've been doing it and still learning every day.
And the unique thing about your experience is that you deal on multi-continents of this planet.
Yes.
So you're really challenged.
Constantly.
Constantly. Would you say at some point there may have been a deciding moment or a moment of doubt where you may have gone left versus right, or said yes or said no versus yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm dealing with music that is considered to be world music, so it's not mainstream. So figuring out how to project the artist out there in the areas where he will get the most exposure. Oh my goodness, what a challenge. And then once he has been heard, then it's like sweet because there's no more having to prove yourself. And when you're dealing especially with an artist that is blind, like my artist is, it brings on additional challenges. And so not only do I have to deal with the management of his person, I also have to deal with all the other factors that go into dealing with him as an unseen person. He's a multi-talented person, and that makes it a lot easier.
What would you say was that one deciding moment that made you accept this challenge?
It was pretty much an ultimatum. Either you get involved in the business, or I'll start to play just for myself and forget about going out there and performing and traveling and doing all this stuff to come back home with an empty pocket.
So it was a determination to make it.
That was it, basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been to the other side of the mountain, and I'd like to thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I'd like to thank my guest, Maria Lopes, for joining us. And remember, Mark the 9th chapter, the 23rd verse. As a man thinketh, so is he. And welcome to the other side of the mountain. Have a great night.